What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nelson, and we're back out here with another video for you guys. And today we're going to be covering a topic that I just think needs to be covered with so many new players joining the MMO genre, coming from console and so many other places that may not get coverage or exposure to this stuff. I think it might be cool to cover. A lot of us have been long-term gamers, but it's always good to kind of help players coming in understand some of the terminology used in MMOs, especially in New World. So let's jump right into it and let's start talking about some of these terms, some of the shorthand we see out there that will help us be better as gamers and help us better understand what the heck these people are saying. So let's start out with the biggest one of the most simplest ones that you guys should probably see a lot, and I would say majority of you guys may know, but just for those that don't, LFG. The term LFG, very simply put, looking for group. Looking for group, you will see players post this on their actual post inside the game where they'll say LFG, Gorgon, LFG, whatever. They're basically saying they're looking for a group. You will also see them also shorthand this even further to LF, and that means just simply looking for, and they may put a number after. LF1, looking for one. They're looking for one person, and they'll usually follow by some more descriptive information. They may say LF1 space DPS. What they're looking for is they're looking for one person that is a damage dealer. Damage per second, DPS. They're looking for a damage dealer, looking for one damage dealer. They may say LFG or LF1 space heals. They're looking for a healer. LF1 space tank, and they'll say for what activity they're going after. So this is a variation that you'll see in there. So if anytime you see LF, LFG, they're looking for people. That's the easiest way to look at it. Another way you'll see it done is on the flip side is when someone's looking for a group is if you're in an area or you're doing content, you'll see this in world tours, you'll see this in any sort of open area events, you'll just see people posting saying X, X, X. There'll be X's all over the place. What is that X and what is it about? The X terminology in New World is they're asking to be invited or they're expressing interest in something that they want to do. So if you see someone X run by you and just X or put an X somewhere, they're most likely asking to be invited as a response to an LFG post or a response to an event because there's a bunch of people there and they want to get in on the action. So if you see an X, they're most likely asked to be invited. Now you also see another term of the X where they'll say X up. When they're saying X up, they are informing the community to say, hey, X up for Hive, X up for said event. They are letting you know, hey, I'm about to do this or I'm looking for people. I need you to put an X in this chat that I'm posting in so that I know I can invite you. And people take it a step further. They'll say X space whatever event that the person mentioned. So let's say it was a Gorgon raid. If they did X up for Gorgon, the response would be X space Gorgon. And then people would augment that even further and go X space Gorgon space healer or X space Gorgon experienced. They want you to, they're trying to get more interaction for them to definitely get invited. So people will add extra stuff to it to make themselves definitely seem more and see more like they should be invited because they have that experience or they're a particular role that you would need for that particular run. You'll see the X up turn done for CK, which CK stands for Cutlass keys, which is the newest area added here in New World Eternum. This is the lower west region of the map that has been recently converted into half of it being PvP Island, where you can come here and get cursed doubloons, and you can also get your coconut once per week, which will allow you to upgrade any gear that can be upgraded to 725. Well, let me clarify. It's not just any. There are certain ones, but you can definitely figure out which ones you can do by visiting the wishing well, and also the main spot is at the gypsum kiln that's located in Brimstone Sands. You can go over there and check out that one. There's also one up further north in Mirgard. You can go there. There's a gypsum kiln there too. Any of these places where the kilns are located, you can go take these coconuts and upgrade them. So just a quick little bit of information. So that's why you will see people doing XCK, which is the non-PvP version of running CK for running this area for doubloons, so they can use those. And then furthermore, there will be some people that will do X up for CK PvP. they'll want to go in as a kind of a de facto pre-made, even though in the PvP area you cannot group up and stay in a group. They'll still kind of make some of those unholy alliances and run through CK and get those cursed rewards. So you all, but the other augment of X up, you'll see the biggest one will be WT. What does WT mean, man? It means World Tour ECRs. If you guys have watched my content on twitch.tv/babyf Nelson, you would see my recent obsession with ECRs and running world tours and doing box checks. There's a reason for that. I will explain. Don't hate me, man. It is, I gotta know, man. There's a lot of hopium and copium behind it. There's a lot of me trying to figure out this long-term situation, which is, why is luck so bad? And what is a good, how can you make it work for you? So I am close. I've been figuring it out. It's taken me over a year, but we are almost there, and expect that video to be coming soon. But either way, when you see WT, somebody is doing a world tour. They are looking for you to join them on this. And another term right next to world tour, which would be ECR. If you see ECR, it's the same thing as world tour typically. And it basically it's basically elite chest route. So they're taking you on a route to many different locations to check all the boxes there. Mainly elite chests is what they're after. So the terminology ECR stands for that in itself. Now, moving on, let's get into some more of the general terms outside of that are going to be more based towards player-to-player interaction, or mainly the trade chat. So term WTT stands for want to trade, and that is when somebody wants to trade a particular item they are in possession of, and they want to get some fundos for it. So when you see WTT, they are wanting to trade this item, and they'll typically put for whatever item they are. Sometimes they'll just say WTT and they'll post a weapon matrix. They could be wanting you to engage them to say what you're willing to trade for that weapon matrix. Typically, it's usually a 1-for-1. They want, someone has an armoring matrix, they want to trade for a weapon, or vice versa. Or jury matrix, and they want to trade for armoring matrix. That's typically when you see that. Exchanging of mats. It's a little less common, as most players want to be traded for gold and just about gold only. You will see, unless the trade is just ridiculous, most people won't do it. Like if someone's saying, I'll give you 2 jewelry matrices for 1 armor matrix, someone's going to take that deal 9 times out of 10. That's just a good one. The gypsum orbs required in it and all that, it just makes sense. So that's one you'll see. Another one you'll see is WTB. WTB is want to buy. I want to buy silk. Let's say I want 10K silk. I'll put WTB space 10K silk. I want to buy 10K silk. And if someone is a silk farmer, they will look at that and contact you, and they will say, hey, I have what you want. Now, when you put this comment in trade chat, you're going to want to make sure you're in the appropriate chat to do it. Some etiquette real quick on using chat. Global chat, always mute it. I say to do it because you should do that by going to your settings here. And here you can do channel settings. I always have global muted. The reason I do is because I don't want to see or engage in a lot of the crazy convos that happen. For some reason, politics, religion, hate speech, all sorts of stuff gets blown through those channels. But usually recruitment, trade chat, and help chats are pretty much safe. So I typically mute that, only go in. It's kind of like enter at your own risk type of channel. But make sure that you're in the right channel for what you're asking for. So if you want to group up with people, go into recruitment. If you want to trade, which is what we're on right now, we go in the trade channel. And as you can see, as I was speaking about, you see these terminologies already being used. You see want to buy right there, WTB, someone using it. So you would simply type out, if you wanted to buy something, want to buy coal, whatever you want to put there. And then you would type there, press enter, and someone would whisper you about your request. And then you would be able to then go get whatever you need there as well. You have LF inside of trade chat too as well, which is, you say, well, that's also used just in general recruitment. No, looking for can be look LF space crafter, LF space to armorer, LF whatever you are looking for, you can find there. Looking LF skinner, whatever you're looking for. And these people do this whenever they have materials, but they don't have the necessary trade skill level. They are willing to get someone who has those trade skills up and work out a deal with them to get what they want done. So that is some stuff that you can learn about the general side of New World and MMOs. MMOs basically. Most of the terms we've covered, aside from the World Tour thing, are pretty much generic, and you'll see across most MMOs now that you may be getting your feet wet with New World. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the PvE side of New World terms. I was going to make this a full video, but I saw it was like half an hour, so I decided to break it up in parts. So this will be part 1, kind of covering PvE. Part 2 will cover more of the more general terms, and then we'll also probably just make part 2 also cover PvP too as well with some terms, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you later. Your boy Nelson's out.